I don't know what we're going to look at today. The only thing I had written down was lie of omission. And it was when I was rewatching yesterday's video. And I don't know, it's just an interesting splitting of the hairs. Not giving misinformation, just leaving out vital information. Perhaps vital information. You know, somebody might think it's just, oh, I skipped a detail, and it turns out to be something key. And it's also something we do every day. You know, we don't sort of say necessarily, you know, you look like shit today, what happened? You might if you really know the person, but, you know, or they show you a letter they've written, their congressman or something, and it's full of spelling mistakes and punctuation mistakes, and do you correct them, and how subtle are you about it? And, you know, we're always navigating, is what I'm saying worth the impact it might have on this person? Is it a truth that needs to be spoken? And why? And am I being too ponderous about the whole thing? It might be a red flag even when you're dealing with somebody where you're having to weigh your words like that. Lie of omission. And my mom was very much in my ear this morning, but not clearly, like I don't know what the clear message was. It was a lot of childhood stuff. I mean, if you've watched my channel, she hasn't come in lately, but boy, she's a character and full of stories and wants her story told. You know, was kind of a sucker for attention, good or bad. Is this it? Lie of omission. Page of coins. Well, that's offering a little bit. It can be a building block or, you know, a place to begin. Pentacles are about earth energy. They're about making something real. So this could be like, we could start here. But they're showing it to this little angelic earth angel. Pentacles, earth energy. And there's a book down here. It can be a lesson, Page of Pentacles. Like a takeaway, something tangible that could help somebody navigate their life, Pentacles energy. Wow. Eight of Swords, navigate their life. Right now somebody's really stuck. They think they're stuck, sword energy. By their own beliefs about themselves or their beliefs about the world, or they're hemmed in by what they think or other people think about them. Up in their heads, immobilized. And now I'm seeing it almost as if, you know, there's this person in distress. They could get out of it. They could take off the blindfold. They could wriggle out of this. You know, the ropes are barely there. There's a gap in the reasoning or, you know, sword energy. There's something, you know, about the way this person is thinking that keeps them stuck. They believe they're stuck. They may want to be stuck in order to get off the hook. Maybe not wanting to accept this offer. And this might be the other person sort of consulting their guides, their spirit guides, in the form of this little angel. Should I make this offer? You know, is it presumptuous? I've been there before. I can, I can offer you even like a space, earth energy, a gap in the bars. A shift in the belief system that's enough so that this person can slip through all these, the tendency to overthink or something like that. You can get out of this. It's almost like the subway token. Here's the thing. And it's being passed along. It's like paying it forward. Pentacles energy can be to do with money. But it's coming from the guides to this person, and from this person to this person. It could be that the trapped person is the same as the one who can build something of substance, not just crazy brain. But I think it's two different people. Let's see. Six of Wands. It will enable the person who's trapped to move Wands energy, to do it victoriously. Six of Wands is a card of often depicted as somebody coming back from battle, having won a contest of some kind. People pitting wills against each other, or people advocating for different ways of doing something or different directions, all Wands attributes. And there was a struggle around that, and there was success. Somebody came back victorious. This person might be saying, I've been through it before, and I can tell you of what to do to prevail. I don't think that's quite right, though. Tell us about Page of Coins, the lesson or the leg up, the assistance, something like that. Queen of Coins. Well, she would do that. He, she, they. This is the giver, the provider, the one who cares, the one who caretakes. She can be rich in all sorts of resources and is generous, sometimes to a fault. But she wants to help this person get out of the trap. And she's been there before. Remember, I kept saying that. No evidence on this card of been there before. But this one certainly says, the implication is I can identify with what you're going through, with what's happened to you that got you into this pickle. I've been there, done that. Wands energy, done that, and survived to tell a tale. And I'm willing to share this with you, to give you a leg up. And Queen of Pentacles would do all of those things. And she's interested in, she's stable, and she's interested in helping other people stabilize. It's almost like I'm seeing this as a, if you're building a drywall and trying to fit the stones together without mortar, it's a skill people still use around here, and it's just beautiful, this mosaic of stone. It's almost like this is a key piece, in making something substantial, in shoring it up, in making it more stable. Wow, so much Pentacles energy, Three of Pentacles, a card of building something, of cooperative energy. Kind of we were talking about the pieces of this stone. This is a bunch of people working together to stabilize something. They may be able to attract other people who who are also stable and interested in helping other people. This is an altruistic energy. And it might even be like, I'll give support to people who are in mental cages, who are, for some reason circling obsessive thinking or obsessive compulsive disorder. They might be a mental health professional. But they're not saying, you crazy. I worked in a place with disturbed adolescents, and a lot of this staff seemed to me to be there to say, I'm saying you're not. They were getting some kind of reinforcement that these people, these kids that they were working with, were identified mental health problem people. And they were themselves, there were crazy people working there. So maybe something about, without co-opting anybody's identity or place in the world, being able to shore them up, to show them, their own potential, because this is kind of the Ace of Coins that's being handed over or offered. Aces are potential. I can help you, basically. 9 of Wands under 6 of Wands. This is the Wounded Warrior card. This is somebody who's been through it, who may be stuck up in their head for a very good reason. It makes sense in a way. Sword energy. It's understandable. Through no fault of their own. And that's kind of the gift, I think, that Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles is offering. This is not your fault. I've been where you've been. It happens. This is a very common experience. It's kind of on a spectrum. And again, it might be a mental health, what is that? Something to do with the way somebody thinks about themselves, or the way that they think, or the cage that, somebody's trying to kind of pin them down and label them. And Queen of Wands is not trying to pin anybody down. She's interested in working with other people in a genuine way, Pentacles energy, in a way that helps them with their life. Could be like a life coach, or just living by, she would set an example with her life. Modeling how to live, because she likewise has been through it, 9 of Wands. Like run some sort of gauntlet, fire walked somehow, and come back wounded, head bandaged, arm in a sling. This person has the injury to prove they've been through it. And it may have left them in a kind of freeze, because swords are brain energy. Fight, flight, freeze. This person's in freeze mode. And this is how you successfully move forward, get unfrozen, get wanded up, get your mojo back, your life force back, your confidence back, all those Wands attributes. It's a struggle, but it's kind of like, you got this. You got this. You got this. This is the thing you need to rebuild your life. You've got it. It's not like I'm going to tell you how to do it. I can show you how to do it, Queen of Wands, in that I've been through it before. And I kind of came back to life with the help of other people. We've all been wounded. You know, not only has Queen of Pentacles been through this and can identify, you know, this is the human condition. This is all things that can appear in our lives, Pentacles energy. And our lives are affected incredibly to the point where we can be kind of locked in, frozen with fear, or, let's see, on Queen of Coins, King of Wands. Somebody who's had success. Again, this idea of, you know, my life is the example. On Nine of Wands, Tower. Talk about surviving something. This is when the whole life or role or paradigm or, you know, just the way it used to work. We used to be able to live here, you know, and at some point it became a trap. No way in, no way out, a trap, a citadel, a way to stay safe, but inaccessible to, you know, not able to access life. And here's the offer, like the chink in the armor, the way to, it may have ignited a tower situation, just blown something up. And it was a good thing, because that something was a cage of some kind. And this can mean epiphany. You know, I had some sort of epiphany, and it blew up the paradigm, but released me to build something new. Page of Coins. Not the old thing. This old thing is like done, and it almost, well, it certainly left somebody with their confidence and temporarily decimated, you know, in a position where they didn't feel like they could go another step. I mean, did it knock them off their pins? Yes. Did they heal? Are they in the process of healing? Yes. They're still in that. We're all still in it. We've all still, you know, we've all suffered the emotional devastation, you know, something we thought had just about killed us, taken our confidence away, our will to live, and like that. But we all have the capability of coming back from that as well, with help. Tell us about this opportunity, this building block, or the way to rebuild. After Tower comes down, you know, you need to start virtually from scratch. Page of Coins. A new building block. Okay. This one? On Page of Coins, Hermit. Earth energy. Pentacles energy. This is the Sage of the Tarot. This is like a takeaway from the center of ourselves, the deepest core. You know, the spiritual journey that I got to walk that lonesome valley by myself. But there's help in the form of somebody saying, I've been through that, you know. In that sense, you're really not alone. This is a card of the archetype, of the common story. You know, all the major arcana. Here it's the Tower and the Hermit. You know, we've all had to go kind of back into our inner core to, you know, discover our truth. It's a 9 card. It's a card of the individual. It doesn't necessarily mean somebody in isolation, but we do have this. Somebody thinks they're isolated, you know, but This can be the teacher, the inner wisdom, like receiving this building block from yourself. The part of you that's most in touch with and attentive to higher power. This is a very spiritual card. This is the sage, the healer, the enlightened one, the one with the ability to light the path for others with this lantern. To live, somebody can live by your example. Earth energy. And you light the way. It's both earth and fire. Somebody's inspirational and highly spiritual. Okay, on 6 of Wands, 6 of Coins. 6 and 6 is 12, and Major Arcana is Hangman. Some kind of emotional deep dive. And it could be something, some practice, the help is inside the house. You've got the wisdom the key to unlock this bullshit, either things you've told yourself or other people have told you, or some kind of trauma to your nervous system, because there was a power shakeup in the form of tower energy. Like an earthquake, like Richter scale stuff. And you survived it. And your life is an example. And it doesn't mean like free and clear of all the things that have hurt or trapped us. The business of blowing up the confining paradigm, the confining mindset, the confining living situation, whatever it is something we continuously do. It's like breaking out of the cocoon and being a bit beaten up, but regaining stability. On 3 of Coins, Hierophant, earth energy of Taurus, higher power. You work with each other. You work with all the spirit guides of all of you. It's like teamwork. It's spiritual. It's spiritual teamwork. It's cooperative energy, 3 of Pentacles. It's an energy exchange. Nobody's on their high horse. We all need help sometimes. 6 of Coins. It's blessed to receive as well as to give. And to be able to do both. So grounded in core self, in living Pentacles energy, your experience of the ineffable, the divine, the Wa, the One. On 8 of Swords, please. Yeah, 4 of Swords, healing. Because like the Tower is there are Tower moments all along. There just are. Some are bigger than others, but they all kind of force a change. Because whatever the last thing was too small. So we busted out at some cost. Couldn't have stayed, but it was a struggle to get out. And, this was formidable, whatever this was, this mindset or this, the mental ramifications of what somebody went through. But here's healing, and it's healing through I mean, Four of Swords can be a kind of retreat. This person is in bed, lying down. They're not out bouncing around. They're resting their mind. They're going into a kind of meditative, passive state, into a retreat of some kind. Hermit comes back into the world, to rebuild their life. Build life. Pentacles. You know, I've sort of been to the mountaintop. I've been to the core of myself. Makes me want to cry, so I'm going to stop now. The only major arcana on the board, well, no, there are two. Tower and Hierophant. You know, in this one, there's an angel. There are a couple of angels. And ordinarily, there's a traditional Rider-Waite shows a lightning bolt coming down and blowing up the tower. It's the universe on your behalf, busting you out of some situation that was unhealthy, like to your mental mind, as my brother sometimes says. So you were liberated by the divine. And it's somebody who kind of expresses that earth energy of Hierophant, of the divine on earth, in Pentacles energy. You know, they live it. They walk the talk. And I want one more on King of Wands, because that could be another aspect of Queen of Pentacles. It's this I've been through it aspect and survived and thrived. You know, I'm able to give and receive again. I've rebuilt my life. Three of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Hermit. On King of Wands, there's the Hangman card that we referred to before, the two sixes. Card of Pisces, a card of an emotional deep dive that involves non-action. And it's sort of ironic. The way out of the trap is not to struggle, is not to overthink. I'm in a trap, how do I, it's sort of don't panic, like rest the mind. Find a way to quiet the mind. Quiet it. Put it in time out of a kind. This is a card of suspension. There's a need to process feelings, Piscean energy. We just had the Pisces full moon. It's a good time for somebody to hold up, Four of Swords, and hold up. You know, this is like non-action. So it's almost like what hemmed you in can now be used to heal you. You know, once somebody learns how to kind of use their brain as a tool of liberation to course correct. Because we all get off track, do we not? And there's a way to light the path for ourselves, get back on track. Back on track. So this is somebody, it's interesting because this is a card of doing it. This is the doer. This is the guy who's out there, he, she, they, has a plan, knows what they want to do, knows how to do it, gonna do it, action taker. But there's this hold up while they get their emotional shit together. Maybe with the help of other people, of help from their community, help from their inner core self, help even from the divine that's just gonna blow up the old way of doing it, the old way of wands, doing it. It doesn't have to be so hard. There's a way to heal this, but not by trying to kind of forcefully, like don't, no shame. Don't punish yourself. There's a big message here of that, just like we all go through this. We all do. All of us. Each individual. Not a bad thing. It connects us to our inner wisdom, our higher power, both without and within, both in community and in our own individual lives. Rock and roll. That's great. I think that's great news. Thank you for sticking with me. And yeah, it go like this. If you liked it, subscribe. It's free if you want to. Join if you want to. You can get a membership and get some additional readings every month. A few readings extra a month. And yeah, just thank you for being here. You can save the video, share it. You can do anything you want. It's yours now, from me to you. I love you guys.